You know, the craziest part about doing a live show, especially when you're on the road, is you never know where you're going to end up doing the show from. I used to just do the show from my hotel room every day, but what I realized is that was quite rude, especially when you're in a different time zone. It's quite rude to, do a show at 4:30 in the morning, waking up all the neighbors. I had people banging on the walls, knocking on my door, telling me to, that I'm disrupting them, that I'm waking up their babies, which if I would have had my babies in one of my hotel rooms and some dude all of a sudden's right next to me at like 4:30 in the morning, and he's like being all, let's dance, and da-da-da-da-da, like I'd go through the freaking drywall too. I'd have to take that guy out. So today we're in a very interesting location. This is the first time ever we've done a show from the pool room. We are in the pool room of your favorite local Marriott, which is amazing. It's really the only place I could find. I spent 20 minutes looking around trying to figure out where we were going to do the show from today, and they don't have like a business center here or anything like that. It was either right smack dab in the middle of the area where they're setting up breakfast or the pool room. So I decided the pool room. But here's what's interesting. I've been up since 2:40 a.m. my time. Here I am. And I woke up this morning, as I always do. I went and I grabbed a big glass of water. I always have a big cup of water first thing in the morning. And then, of course, my Morning 5 planner, which I use digitally when I'm on the road. I used to carry around the big 3, 4, 5 pound planner all the time. And I actually used to make the argument that it was important to bring around the big planner. Like, it showed your intention. It showed that you were really going to make the transformation you need to make in your life. You were going to be intentional about it. But now I feel like I've done it long enough of the daily routine that I get to do the digital. That's my benefit to myself. So the digital, I use it on the Remarkable, which is great. Sorry, I'm trying to be very intentional with the microphone since I am here at the pool, and I know there's a little bit of an echo. So in the Morning 5 planner, I opened it up, and there's a quote right there at the top. And the quote says, "Home isn't a place that you buy. It's something that you build one day at a time." And this was submitted by actual member of our community, Henry Lawson. When I read the quote, I thought about Henry, and I appreciate the quote. And then I thought about kind of my journey, my experience here in this crazy thing called life. The journey that I've been on, that my wife's been on, and all the different houses that we've lived in, from going way, way back to when I was younger. We lived in apartments my entire life. My dad had apartments. My mom had apartments. It wasn't until my mom got remarried and later they bought my stepdad's father's house from him. They moved in with him so they could take care of him. It wasn't until then that they actually lived in a house. Until then, it was all apartments. And so it was apartment living for the longest. And then fast forward from there, I had different homes that I rented, so on and so forth. Wasn't a homeowner for the longest time. Lived in low-income housing, lived on a place called David Lane, then made our way up to a place called Squires Point, and then to where we're at now. And so I really thought about all the different houses that I lived in, and I thought, man, what a true quote this quote is. You feel me? And I don't know if Facebook is super hiding the show or if it's just not updating on my side, but it's showing an incredibly low number of individuals. So if you're here, tag a friend, hit the share button, drop a comment, so on and so forth if you're here. Because on my side, it's showing like basically nobody. But anyway, so the quote was very nostalgic for me. Home isn't a place that you buy. It's something that you build one day at a time. So true, Henry Lawson. And we are continuing to build every day right here on hashtag Rise and Grind. If you're new around here, we're here Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 4:30 a.m. where I am today, which we're going to talk about that here in just a second. But we get together here like a bunch of crazy people early in the morning, and a bunch of members of this community all contribute to our annual planner. And then the annual planner goes out to thousands and thousands of people all around the world, and it puts us all on the same page to start every day. And I thought about it this morning in an interesting and weird way. We've built our own little home right here. What's up, Bugsy? Great to see you. We've built our own little home right here online. So it might look different, especially today since I'm in a pool room. Just on the other side of my computer is a pool. I think I can maybe show it to you. Just like today, we're in a pool room. I'm going to twist it around a little bit. First time ever doing a show from the pool room of a hotel. Yes, Bugsy, good to see you. So, first time ever doing a show from pool room, but in a weird way, we've managed to build a home right here in this little space online, not necessarily the pool room. That would be the physical aspect of where we are today. But we've built a home, and we've built a family where you're a part of it, and I get to be a part of it, and my friend Liza, who's here, gets to be a part of it. My friend Bugsy, who's here, he's a part of the family, and Trisha Rue and Luis Grafton Nonis, and so on and so forth. So thank you for the quote, Henry. I really appreciated it. Home isn't a place that you buy. It's something that you build one day at a time. Amen to that.
Good morning and welcome to the #1 morning show in America. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 9, author, speaker, and the founder of 800%.life. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Wednesday. That's right, today is Wednesday, a.k.a. CMA Day. That's right, Carter Myers Automotive Group, the most amazing automotive group in the United States of America, have had the honor of running with and having the opportunity to serve in their dealership organization for many, many, many years now. And Wednesday has become CMA Day. So if you were ever thinking about a job change, thinking about you want to be a part of an organization that truly cares about you and all that you do, you should look up Carter Myers Automotive Group and my friend Liza. They're pretty absolutely stinking amazing. But today is Wednesday, June 3rd, 2026. 2020-26. I'm pretty sure I just said that. 2020-26. Today is Wednesday, June 3rd, 2026. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be June 3rd, 2026. Now, I'm coming to you live from Minnesota. That guy just went to the restroom behind us. This is wild. I'm coming to you live from Minnesota, where I'm in the pool room. I could not find any other area in this hotel where I could be loud and bring the Glenergy that is expected. Now, I do know there's a little bit of echo in here. I also know there's a little bit of fan background. It's hot. I'm getting a little sweaty. And so I'm holding the mic right here to hopefully give you the best audio experience I could possibly give. But I would love a little feedback on that. Let me know how it sounds. For those of you that are watching live in the chat, let me know how it sounds. For those of you that are watching on replay, if the sound is not good, I'm going to have my team do some AI audio adjustment, pulling out that background, and so you won't notice. You'll be like, man, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, listening to the podcast, you'll be like, this sound is amazing. But for those of you live, it might be a little bit different, so I'd love your feedback on that. All right, Wendy Reeves says it sounds great. Cool. Well, I'm going to keep the mic up close to my mouth to make sure that continues to be the case. That sound good? Now, I am, Greg Becker says audio's good. Rodney Rock Hatfield says audio's good. Okay, so I'm coming to you live from Minnesota. A friend of mine asked for some help. He asked for some help, and he's in a bit of a situation that he has been trying to get out of for a few years, has not been able to. And so he was like, bro, I need a little bit of help. Can you help me? So I am out here. I've got a couple other members of my team that are out here. One's on his way. The other member of my team is already here. And we're going like Avenger status to help my buddy out. He's in a bit of a pickle. But I'm excited to be here and grateful for the opportunity to serve. Now, with that said, I am in Minnesota today, but I'll be headed from here to New York City. That's right, because we are coming up on HYROX, New York. HYROX, HYROX, New York is coming up. Now, if you don't know what HYROX is, which a lot of people don't, HYROX is where 50,000 people are going to converge in New York City this weekend. 50,000 people in one area to play a game, and here's the name of the game. The game is torture yourself. That's the game. 50,000 people are going to come together in New York City and play a game of torture yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, we're going to reword that. Our words matter. We want to make sure we use the right words. We are going to get together and we're going to play a game of expand what's possible. That's what we're going to do. We're going to play a game called Expand What's Possible. Sol Salcido says she's there at HYROX right now, which is amazing. So 50,000 people are going to come together in New York, and we're going to play a game of Expand What's Possible for yourself. It's going to be awesome. Expand what's possible for yourself beyond anything you ever thought you were capable. I know that will be the experience for me. I never thought I was capable of participating in what I'm about to participate in. So to give you an exact layout of exactly what HYROX is, you should be able to hear me over this music here. So HYROX, you start with a 0.62 mile run, and then you do 1,000 meters on what's called a ski-erg. Then you run another 0.62 miles. Then you do a sled push for 80 meters. Then another 0.62 miles. Then you do a sled pull for 60 meters. Then another 0.62 miles. Then you go 800 meters of burpee broad jumps. Then you go another 0.62 miles and 1,000 meters of rowing. Then another 0.62 miles and 200-meter kettlebell carry, then another 0.62 miles, and then you do 50-pound sandbag lunges. Then you do another 0.62-mile run and 100 wall balls, bro. And 100 wall balls. That's right, you're doing this all back to back to back to back to back to back to back. It's a circuit. You don't stop. In the end, altogether, you've run 4.96 miles, just under 5 miles, and you've broken up that run with nice little tasty moments of hell. I mean, just kidding. Our words matter. Nice little moments of heavenly expansion of your own physical limitations. That is how we HYROX. And it is definitely like, there's two things I can say. One, I've learned a lot in this experience training for HYROX. I might touch on that just a little bit today. But the other thing I know for sure is that I am definitely half black, half white. My dad is black, my mom is white. And this HYROX thing is definitely my white side coming out. There's no doubt about it. You crazy white people, I have no idea how you invent these things, how you create these things. You guys are the most creative human beings on the planet when it comes to figuring out ways to absolutely torture yourself. So it's going to be fascinating. It's this weekend. Tony says, were you the best in the presidential thing in school? Oh, no, I wasn't. This was not my thing. I don't even know why I'm doing this thing, but I'm doing this thing. But anyways, It taught me a lot. We're going to tap in. And actually, something is going on right now that's a little bit weird and a little bit different. And so I'm going to talk to you about it here in just a second. Before we do, though, before we go too far, we need to do some dancing. We got to do some dancing on this show. Hey, for those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right, I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you, yes, you, to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching this show live, or you're watching this show on replay, or you're watching on YouTube, or you're listening to the podcast, you say what's up, and I'll say what's up back. Good morning, Kurt McFarland. Thank you for being here this morning. I greatly appreciate it. Tony Schmidt, thank you for being in the building. Sol Salcido, thank you for being here from New York City. Wendy Reeves is in the building this morning. Thanks for being here, Wendy Reeves. Greg Becker is up in here today. Great to see you, Greg Becker. I see Jeremy Nowling is in the building. What's up, Jeremy? Great to see you. Judith Coletti is up in here today. Thanks for being here, Judith Coletti. No burpees for me. Try burpee broad jumps. They suck. They suck. Just so you know. Louise Grafton Nones is in the building. Thanks for being here. Tara Hope is in the building. Thanks for being here, Tara. Spencer Nicholson, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm not seeing a ton of comments today. Scott Simons is in the building. Thanks for being here, Scott. I appreciate it. Liza Myers-Borges, I see you in the building. Rodney Rock Hatfield, I see you in the building. Thank you for being here. Linnell Burns is in the building this morning. Thanks for being here as well. Mr. Bugsy, thanks for being in the building. We've got Gene Hughes here this morning. Michael Barrich is here this morning. Ramona Rogers Smith is here this morning. I've got Ramon Ray in the building. Ramon, thank you so much for covering for me yesterday. I have not had a chance to go listen to yesterday's episode. Yesterday was a very long day for me. Yesterday, I got one sleep cycle, so 2 hours. I slept for 2.5 hours and then traveled all the way across and just kept going into a 14-hour day. So I had not had a chance, but thank you, Ramon. I'm sure it was an amazing episode. I greatly appreciate it. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting thing, and so tomorrow will be interesting because I have a flight. It'll just be interesting. I got to figure out tomorrow's show. There's a window of opportunity for me to do it from the airport, I think, if I can get there early enough. But we'll figure it out. Trisha says Ramon rocked it. Okay, cool. Check it out real quick. Huge announcement. And like I said, Facebook's being super weird this morning on my phone. Maybe it's being fine for you, but if you would, make sure you tag folks that you know should be around here. How you doing? Breakfast with Champions, folks. Thanks for being here. Tag folks, drop lots of comments, engage, do all of those things, please. Okay. Huge announcement. At the beginning of the year, we launched the Morning 5 app. And this is the app where you can go in and check off that you didn't hit the snooze button, that you didn't touch your phone first thing in the morning, that you wrote down your gratitude and goals, that you sent out an encouraging message, you took care of yourself physically, and you can literally earn points that you can exchange for free gear by simply using the app. And what's super cool about it also is it was designed to bring us together. All of us that are early risers, that are attacking our day. This is a way that we could come together, we can nudge each other, we can hold each other accountable, we can do all of these things in the app. We can see locally who else is around us. That's a Morning Fiver, which can help us put together events in real time, in real life. And so we rolled it out at the beginning of the year, and a lot of you have been a part of this beta rollout of this app as we've worked out the bugs, worked out the kinks, and so on and so forth. Well, great news. We just launched the store in the app. If you haven't been in the app in a little while, you need to go back in. So you go into the app, you check off the things that you do, and you get points for that. Your points now, if you look right on the very top of the app, there's an icon that looks like a package, and you can click on it. It looks like a gift, and you can click on it and you can see all of the things you can buy with your points. There's backpacks and hoodies and t-shirts. There's Rise and Grind gear, 800% gear. There's stuff for kids. There's all kinds of stuff. And we're going to continue to add more and more and more. And it's super simple, right? You click the shirt, like in this case, here's a shirt that you might want. It says it's $18, or you can use your points. You pick what size you want. You pick what color you want, what color logo you want on it. These are all screen printed. You can change what color you want there, and then like how many you want. Say I want like 3 of these t-shirts. I click on that right there in the app, and then it takes me, I click back, and then I go to my cart, right? It puts it in the cart, and right here in the cart, I can see I've got 3 shirts in the cart. I can use my points if I want. If I don't have quite enough points, I can pay for the difference, but it's just got a little slider, like use your points. And if you've got enough points to cover it, it's completely free. Completely free, right? Amazing. So once you pick what you want, use your points, click the button. It's going to show you shipping wise. You can even make installments. If you want to make it payments, do you want to do 2 payments or 3 payments or whatever it is, it'll give you that option right there in the app. So super excited. Not only can we see the leaderboards, not only can we connect with our friends, you can go in, see who's doing what, you can see what achievements they've got, what they've unlocked, you can see all of those things. You can send them a nudge, a little encouragement. Hey, wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey, get on it today. You can see who in your area is crushing it on points and where you stand. You can add friends here in the app. As a matter of fact, I can go right in here. I'm in the friends area. I just clicked on Nick, and I can see it looks like Dora Maria sent me a friend request. I'll go ahead and accept that. Judith sent me a friend request. I'll accept that. So you can make friends right here so you can see what they're doing as well. So super, super amazing, cool update. If you haven't checked that out yet, download the Morning 5 app wherever you download your apps. All right. I put together a whole show, and this is where I said it got weird. I wrote out all these pages. 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page. Wrote out 4 pages. And then I started building the show, and then I was sitting here around the pool, and I was like, I don't know, I just kept feeling like, and maybe I'm totally wrong, and I'll kind of go into this, but I just felt like I've been talking to you or at you for a long time, and I feel like, I guess what's on my heart is maybe I need to create a little space for you to talk to me. If you have a question for me this morning, will you drop it in the chat? If there's something specific that we can talk about, we don't have a ton of time. I know because I've already done the dancing and the HYROX and get the energy up. And maybe I'll just go into all of this tomorrow. But like, if there's something specific for you, it's on your heart. You're like, man, I need to ask Glenn this. Or I really need help in this area, or there's this thing that's going on in my life and I don't quite understand how to attack this. Maybe it's the +1 -1 challenge. Maybe you're having a hard time breaking out of something, or you're having a hard time starting to do something. I don't know why God is putting it on my heart to create a little bit of space. But if you have a question, just drop it in the chat. Now, it'll get awkward and weird and silent if you don't ask it. It'll get awkward and weird and silent if you don't engage, and then we'll just be sitting here, and I don't want that. So, but if you have a question, maybe it's you, I don't know, drop it in the comments, and I'm just going to create a little space for it. So Judith Coletti, she says, let's converse. Yes, let's do that. Wendy Reeves. Tara asks, is the book in the store? Okay, that's a different kind of question. It is a question, but definitely a question. Themorning5.com. If you go to themorning5.com, or you go to 800%.life and click there, click around on, yes, it's somewhere in there. But themorning5.com, you can download the ebook, or you can download the, or you can get the Audible of the Morning 5. So themorning5.com. All right, themorning5.com. Okay, Wendy Reeves, how many I can barely read. Oh, she's being silly. Do you wear your heart on your sleeve? Patty, yes, all the time. All the time. I feel like now in today's day and age, for sure, like the more authentic, real, raw, and sincere we can be, the better, because there's such a lack of authentic, raw sincerity out there in the world, especially with AI and content, so on and so forth. So yeah, I wear my heart on my sleeve all the time. Sometimes it gets me in a little bit of trouble, but more times than not, human beings, man, we connect through emotion more than anything else. And so wear it, dude. It might feel a little weird sometimes, but yeah, wear it. Judith says, changing my morning routine. How do I stay consistent? You don't. You don't stay consistent. You just do things daily. So the word consistent, Judith, it allows space for negotiation, right? It's like, okay, I want to be consistent at working out. Well, what does consistent mean? Does that mean you work out twice a week, 4 days a week, 6 days a week? I could consistently work out 1 day a year. I could, right? I could say I consistently eat healthy if I eat healthy once a month. Like there's too much space in the word consistency. Excellence is produced by what you do daily. And so, Judith, you want to change your morning routine. How do you stay consistent? You don't. You do it daily, and you attach it to something else you're already doing daily. So if you brush your teeth every day, your new trigger is, before I brush my teeth, I do morning routine. You don't want to go after, because you're going to have this pull to want to brush your teeth, and you're going to be annoyed that you can't, and you're going to do the thing that you need to do so that you can get to it. Whereas if you say, after I brush my teeth, I'll do my morning routine, you will have already done the toothbrush, and you'd allow room for negotiation. I hope that makes sense. So attach it to something you're already doing, and don't try to do it consistently. Do it daily. All right, Rodney Rock Hatfield, when will you be doing another leadership summit in Kentucky? We have a huge one, July 14th and 15th. If you go to 800%.life/events, 800%.life/events, July 14th and 15th is our next big event. Trisha Rue, Glenn, when you are on the road, how do you find time to do your morning five? So everything is under like understanding my sleep cycles. So last night, hold on, let me back up. So I'm in a different time zone now. So I knew I had to wake up at 2:40 a.m. in order to come together, prepare, and build this show. Now, if I would have known I wasn't going to do everything that I wrote and whatever, I probably could have slept a different amount of time. But 2:40 is what time I need to wake up to do the show. So then I just back up, right, 2:40, and I need to get X hours of sleep. So last night, for me, to get up at 2:40, I had to go to bed right at 10 o'clock. So that got me, going to bed at 10 o'clock. So that's 4 hours and 40 minutes, gives me a little 10-minute window to fall asleep if I need it. And so 4.5 hours of sleep, 10:10 to 2:40. So no matter where I am or what time it is, it's always about getting the 4.5 hours of sleep. So I just measure, what time do I have to be up? Subtract 4.5 hours. That's what time I go to bed. So it doesn't matter what time zone I'm in. It doesn't matter what time I go to bed. It all is predicated on what time I have to wake up, if that makes sense. Michelle Gravely, thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Tosh Queen, how do you bounce back from a big setback in your business, especially a big legal battle? All right, Tosh, had to deal with this myself, three-year legal battle. How do you bounce back? You don't. You bounce forward. Don't bounce back, bounce forward. the legal battle, the big legal battle, is a learning lesson. I learned so much through my legal thing. I learned that no matter how much you love and trust someone, you gotta make sure your paperwork is tight. No matter how much you love and trust someone, you gotta make sure your contracts really spell out. Like, there has to be effective communication, bro. Everybody's got to know exactly what's going on to a T, to the point where if a third party comes and looks at it, the third party has a clear understanding of what you and this person agreed upon. So I learned a lot about contracts. I learned a lot about laws, labor laws. I learned a lot about all of those things. And so you got to just look at it as a learning lesson and make sure you never are in the same pain twice. You never want to be in the same pain twice, whether it be in business, in life, in whatever, right? This hurt, this sucked. I need to learn from that and make sure to not do that again. So you don't bounce back because you can't change the past. You bounce forward by extracting the lessons and then applying those moving forward to make your business healthier. Now, financially, it could crush. Like, you can get crushed financially in these situations. I totally get that. My lesson from that was my company was in jeopardy through this legal thing. And so I learned I need to have additional revenue streams that support and feed my business, like they're branches of my business. They make my business better, not like, oh, I sell cotton candy, at the park as a side revenue stream. No, like things that feed the business, and breaking those up into different little small businesses and LLCs, so that if one business is under attack or at risk of being financially crushed, the other businesses are still safe and healthy and ultimately can support you through that season. So you don't bounce back, you bounce forward, and you need to make sure that you have other avenues lined up moving forward. I'm not saying you should have done that 10 years ago. I'm saying do that moving forward. Start expanding. How do I increase my gross revenue through different branches that aren't necessarily directly attached to the whole? What bothers you on Friday evenings going into the weekend? I don't get bothered by much, Tony. I'm very grateful for my life. I'm very grateful for this season that I'm in. I'm grateful for the opportunities God continues to put in front of me. I'm not really bothered by much. My life is very purposeful right now. What bothers you on Friday night going into the weekend? I'd say maybe the only thing that bothers me on Friday night going into the weekend is I sleep so little hours, and every once in a while I'd love to turn it up on a Friday. There ain't no turning it up for this guy. Not anymore, dude. Friday night bedtime is bedtime. Saturday night bedtime is bedtime. I could maybe push bedtime back a half hour, maybe an hour, but I feel it, bro. And so maybe that bothers me a little bit. I wish I could maybe turn it up a little bit and have a little more fun, party it up like I used to at night, but that is just not the case anymore. Bedtime is bedtime. Robert Migliaccio, thank you for being here this morning. Trisha Rue, I believe if you make the part of your segment, if you make this a part of your segment, people will be more prepared. Yeah, I know, Trisha. I know that this thing is super live and super raw and super authentic, and God just put it on my heart. I was not going to do this. I had this entire thing written out. It wasn't prepared, wasn't a plan, totally just off the cuff and maybe stupid. I'm okay with failing publicly in front of people all the time. Doesn't bother me a bit. But I also feel like when God is putting something on your heart, sometimes you need to throw out your plans and just open the door. And I don't know how he uses this. It might not even be for someone who is asking a question. There might be the whole purpose of this this morning could be that there's someone in here that is too stuck on their plan. And maybe the message today is you've got to be willing to look stupid. You've got to be willing for it not to be great. You've got to be willing to divert from the freaking plan to get wherever it is you're trying to go. Like, I don't know ever why God puts the things on me that he puts on me. I just respond. And hopefully it works out for whoever it's for. So I get it. Like, I totally get it. They don't need to be big time prepared questions or anything. I'm just going with it this morning. I hope that makes sense. Taking pictures of your heart today, Mr. Larkin. Wonderful. How do you handle disappointment? Do you shake it off or work through it? Patty, I handle disappointment by using gratitude. Gratitude is my solution for a lot of things. So if there's something in life I really wanted, I was chasing, like there was a big dealership group that I wanted us to do business with. I wanted a relationship with. I spent a year building a relationship with them, and then I blew it. I blew it in a correspondence that I sent over. I thought our relationship was here. Apparently it was still here. I thought we had gotten past some of the ego stuff, but the ego stuff was still there. I told these people the truth. I should have never told them the truth at this point. Usually I'm smart enough to like, okay, let's get them some wins and really build a stronger relationship before you start telling people the truth. But I told them the truth and I blew it. And I mean, it's a massive account. Massive account. And I blew it, man. It was disappointing. And so I was like beating myself up a little bit for losing that account. And so I went straight to gratitude, like, okay, well, I am grateful that now I know don't do that. I am grateful that I got to travel to a couple things. I got to be a part of a few meetings. I'm grateful that I got to serve some people I wouldn't have been able to serve. I went straight to gratitude about the situation because the gratitude is the fuel that powers me. I am just absolutely in a space in my life right now where I believe everything has value to move us towards the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. I just believe that. I just believe it. So the no's are actually the path to the things that we want most in life. And so it's disappointing. But if you can shift it over to gratitude, that's how that works. Ish Davis Sr., thanks for being here. Bounce forward. That's right, Tosh. Bounce forward. Okay, very right. Contracts, okay. Just prayed over this, Mike. Thank you for that. Keep us updated. West Storm. Tony Schmidt. We can talk about it sometime. I don't know what I missed there. Gratitude. Flexibility. Dang, I missed a bunch of comments. Mistakes are proof we're participating in life. Okay, cool. Always grateful for the lessons learned. Yep, that's it. Okay, I think I got all of the questions, which is good because we're out of time. Tony Smith, I wonder what bothers you on Friday evenings going into the weekend. Yeah. Is there a hard copy you can get your hands on? Tara Hope, email Jessica at glennlundy.com or email Jessica at 800%.life, 800%.life, and percent is spelled out, and she can email you a hard copy. Yeah, message me for more info, Tosh, for sure. Okay, I'm going to go. Hope you found that helpful. I'm going to go get my workout on, and it looks like it's raining outside. I might go for an outside rain or an outside run in the rain if it's warm, but I'm going to get my workout on. I love you guys. Thanks for your flexibility. Thanks for always hanging out. Thanks for dealing with my all over the place-ness. I know for some of you that are very structured and so on and so forth, it can get a little chaotic in this space, so I appreciate you hanging with me. All right, I'm going to go, and make sure you download the Morning 5 app if you haven't already, and make sure if you've got some points in there, go use them. Go get you some gear. It's going to be freaking awesome. Cool. See ya. Peace.